bit of moment of silence, please.
Yeah, good. I'm muted.
Clouds form over Saltmarsh. A bit of rain starts to lightly drizzle down in the late evening and early morning. A solitary figure walks into town, shrouded in mist. Faint, jovial whistle can be heard emanating from the figure as they waltz into the center of town and start looking around for something. Eventually, they walk over and lean to the ground, picking up a small hairpin. A wicked grin crosses their face as they look up at the tavern where Helica and Charlotte are staying. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and others, to Prism Blade Gaming, Ghosts of Saltmarsh. My name is Hawk, aka the original motherfucker. And joining us today is most everyone else. We got Shun and Bean, aka the best mommies.
Thanks.
We got Dingo, best farm boy.
You dared to take Samuel L. Jackson's name? You will pay.
I already have. Look, I worked out a copyright thing with him. It's a thing, okay? Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We also
farm boy.
we also got Ryan, best snake dad,
That's me.
and we got Shinzo, best planeswalker.
And thank you for having me.
I'm sorry, that's a straight up lie. Nico Bolas is best waifu.
Okay, yeah, actually, Nicola Bolas is the best planeswalker. Okay, I cannot deny.
We're not sure where Quinn is. He'll probably be here eventually. But where we are going to start our adventure today is with a quick recap of last time. After returning to town, purging the rest of the Sahuagin temple, collapsing it, causing a lot of shit to just fall apart and break and just go down. It was a whole scene. It was bad. Our brave heroes, trademark copyright, returned to Saltmarsh, victorious with a shitload of treasure. Just too much treasure, honestly. And y'all had 2 weeks to divvy it out, and you didn't.
I tried.
Actually, I did make a smaller list of what you did. I added all the copper together, all the silver together, all the gold, and all the platinum, so it's easier to divvy up. So I did try.
I have posted in the chat that the guys can't see exactly how many platinum pieces, gold pieces, and silver pieces every single person gets from that big loot hoard without selling anything. And that's each, not altogether in general.
Yeah, and I it didn't post. Well, I have this stuff that I actually made a small list as well. I guess it didn't go through.
Ring of Jumping, Scroll of Cloud Kill, Potion of Superior Healing. Yeah. Oh, up to the rest of the party, but...
Yeah.
Well, while everyone else divvies it out in the Discord chat, let me continue. During the mass celebration of defeating the Sahuagin Sea Prince and collapsing his would-be empire to the ground, the Lizard Folk Alliance, the people of Saltmarsh, and all of their allies and friends gathered back into Saltmarsh for a massive feast and celebration, cheering on their heroes who went in and slew the evil Sahuagin Baron Prince monster thing. But during that time, as the festivities were starting to die down and people were passing out in the street, as you do, it was revealed that Charlotte had suddenly reverted to a 21-year-old woman. She is no longer Spooky Granny. She is now just... Charlotte? Only to later reveal that she had lost her memories of everything that had happened. and seems to think that she is a much younger, much different person. So, it is the next day. As the party is waking up in the morning, there are numerous letters waiting for all 5 of you on the table. All of them are from secret admirers who absolutely love the fact that you are the town heroes. But, unfortunately for the party, you have much more important matters to attend to. Namely, figuring out what the fuck happened to Charlotte. Which is where we are going to start this roleplay moment. It is the morning in the tavern. There's a fucking lazy Susan full of food on the massive table between the party members. Bigglesby is eating a chair, as he does. And what are y'all gonna be doing?
Okay, so tell me one more time exactly what you found out about young Miss Charlotte's condition. Not to speak about you like you're not here, ma'am.
Helica, she's kind of befuddled as well. It's like not even she understands the full what the hell has just happened, and she just kind of just says, it's just a chicken foot that we found. And then didn't we come to a conclusion that, well, you said there were multiple gods that used animal parts as their sigils and all, but there was one in particular, right?
The god in question, in case the party doesn't remember, is Baba Yaga, a very powerful hag. Almost godlike. She isn't a god, per se, but she is easily one of the most powerful hags in the lower planes. To the point where, yeah, she's basically a god. She's not a god, but you should treat her like one. We're going God Emperor of Mankind on this.
So, would Helica know this?
At this point, I believe that would have been passed around the party. It's like, yeah, everyone would know that.
Yes, it's very interesting that they would treat such this, I don't even know what it is, Baba Yaga, but it sounds very similar to how my father is worshipped back in Adamantium.
Shinzo would walk up to him. Well, I think it really just depends on what Granny wants. If she likes staying young, then I think everything is okay. Correct? And
If she couldn't,
if not, then I guess we can just go kill said god.
Shinzo, while I appreciate your gusto, it is not that simple, my friend.
Not simple to kill a god? I die and become a god. It's as simple.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I was gonna say, I really wish I could disagree with him.
Sorry about that, guys, for being late.
Oh, it's cool, man.
Oh,
Good
it's
to
all
see you.
good.
Hey, welcome, Sorok. Are you up to speed on everything?
Not exactly what exactly happened while I was gone.
Okay, so last night during the festivity parties,
He's gonna catch him up.
Charlotte turned into a young 21-year-old hot lady.
Okay.
And then promptly lost her memories of everything that had happened. And now the entire party is trying to figure out exactly what the fuck happened. And all they can figure out is that it has something to do with the god hag Baba Yaga.
And if I remember correctly, with what you had said last week, Hawk, it also had something to do with the woods that we had been to a couple of.
Supposedly, her own, like one of her family members that is on record, a Wren, who was an inventor, lived out in the woods where y'all had initially discovered a group of corrupted dryads. So, yeah.
He's talking about the same dryads that I fell under the spell for.
Charlotte stretches, and this is quite a morning. She walks out to the entrance of the tavern, seeing everyone. Oh, you're sitting down, I see.
I wonder what the hell I've been doing.
Pardon me for last night. I don't really know. I've been thinking about it this morning. I don't still remember much, but this Charlotte you'll proclaim me to be. She kind of rubs her temples, and she comes closer to the table with the lazy Susan. Is that food? I'm kind of hungry.
Bacon and sausage.
She grabs
Seems like I'm skipping in and out a bit.
a whole. I'm so hungry. Sorry. She keeps like grabbing more into her own hands. Sorry about that. As you were saying, everyone, pardon me. I've just been losing track. And she's like putting even more and more on her own plate. Well, go on.
Well,
Shinzo
I've seen
would just
orcs
on
eat.
Shoulder's
Well,
granny
I've
and be
seen
like,
orcs
"See,
eat a lot of
she's
food,
fine."
but never a human.
That's don't worry. It all goes in the right places. At least that's what Mother said.
Out of character, she has the anime physics of just having 2 extra stomachs on her chest, apparently.
Well, as
Okay.
Sorek said, she's seen orcs eat that much, but never a human, so, hey, he's not against it.
Alright.
On a more serious note, so the woods could be perhaps that this is somehow connected to that evil guy that planted that mushroom for the druids or whatever, the god or whatever. Maybe he
Zuktmoy.
made her.
What do you mean by mater?
Made like Baba Yaga or something. I don't know. But I mean, a lot of strange stuff goes on in the woods. Hard to believe it's not all connected somehow.
Well, actually, have I ever heard the name Baba Yaga before? Jim?
I'm pretty sure you're the one who identified her.
No, that's
Baba Yaga.
No, I think it was
Might have been someone else, because I don't.
I think it was the warlock.
I was gonna say, I believe it was me,
Scroll up and find out.
Ikarath.
As I said, like I'm asking if it's anything like that.
Probably not. Baba Yaga isn't exactly a... Well, what he'd probably know is that is Baba Yaga as a, like, spooky fairy tale. Like, there are plenty of poems and stories about the evil hag Baba Yaga who will kidnap, who will steal away children if they're naughty. You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my character's gonna make that comment. Isn't that the evil witch lady thingy that eats kids and lives in a chicken house or something like that?
Chicken house. I heard it was a rooster.
Rooster, chicken,
Rooster.
they're the same species.
Much like I just said to Shinzo, it's not exactly that simple, but close enough. No, not at all. But you're getting there.
I thought that was just a fairy tale.
Yes, Miss Charlotte.
Miss Helica, did you say that there was a foot in my basket? I saw that strange thing before. Can I take a closer look? Maybe I can remember better.
Should be back in your basket, my sweet little Charlotte.
Oh.
I
She's
ship it.
Still snacking on a piece of bread and looking at everyone, snatching out her basket. Looks at the foot. I don't get it. It's almost strange. Like the size of a key of sorts? She looks back up at Ikarath now. What do you make of it? From what you said last night?
Well, I know plenty of stories, but
Mr. Clearly a human.
plenty of stories, but it's tough to make out more than we already know, which is stories and legends. I hate to say.
It's so strange, this thing. It looks familiar to me, but I can't. This tale, or whatever you're saying, it's like I don't know and know at the same time. I can't basket, folds the blanket over. Look, I'm so sorry, everyone. What do you need me for? I'm just a normal folk. I don't have no, well, I don't know where I was. I don't have no home. This Charlotte you call me, was she really someone of importance? Was she someone that you needed?
An irreplaceable friend. Without Charlotte, we wouldn't have gotten this far. Someone I respect greatly. And it doesn't make sense because you do not understand or remember anything. Anything. And yet, it just seems that. Wait, Helica kind of like pauses a bit and taps the bottom of her lip. Now, that basket. What did you do in life? Or what is your current occupation?
Current occupation? I
Look,
It might be a clue. Oh, also, we need to check the records of this town.
That's a good idea.
Okay, I appreciate the gusto.
wait.
Maybe we should take things one at a time, let her answer, before we ask another question and do another thing. Else we might miss important details. Oh, Miss Charlotte.
Yeah, like who did it in the laundry room with the crowbar.
Hey, that's very important, okay? Very important. So, Miss Charlotte, your occupation, were you just living with your family, working on a farm, or did you work at an inn or something?
I'm quite sure I was living with my family. I never really left the woods. This place is. I don't really know where I am, but you proclaimed that this is the village, right? The only times I ever went this far, and not around this area either, was with his brother. That's all I kind of vaguely remember. And her eyes sort of narrow, her brows furrow, and eyes, lots of them watching. No, I need to calm down. Sorry, I don't want to see weird things again, but
Perfectly alright.
Lassie.
Yeah, you see that big one over there? Anything happens, anything weird, just run to him, he'll keep you safe. Right, Bigglesby?
okay, well, the big fluffy one. Can I
The
ask,
brrr in the
sir,
big one is
are
the
you
gigantic
perhaps a
B
warlock of
T-Rex.
sorts? Why on earth would you have a pit fiend with you?
That
Well,
thing is a giant bee, not a
no,
demon.
Oh,
I'm not. He doesn't come from the pits, as you say. He comes from, I believe, the summer fort.
I've never seen the like. And she's sort of shivering and sweating, and like she's been the whole time trying to ignore Bigglesby in the back. Well,
Bigglesby slowly moves his head closer and just like holds it down.
oh, you don't seem to bite. And she very warily tries to touch the fuzz. And you're soft? Huh.
He is surprisingly soft. His fur is immaculate, feeling much like a plush rabbit's fur.
Oh, she goes and pets him properly. Oh, you're not so bad anyways. Well, that's good. But no, back onto what I was trying to sort myself with before. I mean, I'm seeing stranger things now. She's looking at everyone. I mean, you. She points at Helika. I've never seen a race like yours before. I've only met humankind, and you, green
Orc.
man.
I'm an orc.
Oh,
Most humans hate orcs. I'm just surprised that you don't know what an orc is.
as I said, mother never allowed me to leave the woods, only with
I
brother.
have a question, lass. What is your brother's name, considering that you keep mentioning him?
Ren, he was a tinkerer. He was always working hard. Sometimes I was left while he tirelessly worked on projects, but he always took care of me when my parents were gone to do work. We were.
Real quick, just to interject, Shinzo, I've been trying to get your attention on Discord.
Oh, you have? Oh, my bad. I'm on it.
Thank you. Please continue.
She goes blank, and her face sort of Her eyes glaze over. It's still fuzzy to me. Goodness.
Lass,
I think it's
lass.
best if we.
Oh,
Huh?
sorry, Lassie. If you're a burden, well, to simply put, I think we would have not talked to you by now. But you're, well, previously, you might not remember this, but you are considered our friend. At least, well, I would consider you more of a ally, acquaintance, friend, friendish, maybe. Pirates don't tend to get many friends, so it's hard to say.
Well, I'm grateful for you all. And she sort of bows a little. But as Miss Helica said, maybe if we checked records? Was that what you were saying?
At the door, Helica silently leaves. Either you come with me and help me, or I'll figure it out myself. She walks out and goes towards. Well, where would they be keeping the records of everyone? Would that be the mayor's office or something?
Well,
The records of the town are actually kept in the Saltmarsh Library, which is near the port.
Oh, well, I head for there.
Wait!
Sarek is gonna follow because, well, he got nothing else better to do, and he's actually curious.
Charlotte tries her best to run and catch up. Why do you always go so fast?
Igrath would follow as well.
You'll get used to it, lassie. I don't even walk as fast as them, and they walk faster than me.
She's like puffing now. Like, I don't.
Oh my goodness.
You're too fast, and you're. Sorry, I just woke up, and everything's just gone all weird.
She points.
I'm a
She
little tired.
pokes your forehead. You should have been up 3 hours
All
ago.
right. Let's relax just a little bit, Helica. She is still remembering lots of things, or rather,
I
not
mean,
remembering.
Assuming that she's like, what, 40 plus years old, and she probably has like so many memories that are probably flooding in at once, and thus probably major confusions and lots of unsures.
Yes, so questioning her is going to get us nowhere. So I'm going to make an initiative and go and find it myself to get my friend back.
You don't have
I
to
mean,
go on
she's
your
still your
own. I'm headed
friend.
there too.
Well, as Helica is walking out, the rest of the party is left with a choice. Because you can either follow Helica to the library and try to research Charlotte and her family, or you can go investigate the forest, because that's where she used to live, and you know something weird's going on there.
How about this? Half of us go to the library, Charlotte going with Miss Helica to the library, and the other half, whoever is those of us that will go on the half, go to the forest to basically find out what's going on out there.
Cool. Which
I'll
only raises
go.
the question, how are you going to divide 5 people in half?
Well,
Well,
correction.
You
There's
don't
technically
talk.
6
Nope.
because
There's only 5.
I have this big ass sword. We can just set it up on a rope, drop it down, boom. Now we have 2 weapons.
Without going King Solomon on some bitches.
Um,
Well,
3 of you want to go. Alright, so if 2 of you want to go. Sorry, 3 of us can do the town, and 2 of us with Bigglesby can take the woods.
I'm going to the woods though, personally, because I think my skills are more efficient over there than in a library. I'm more of a action man than a book reader.
At this point, as y'all are splitting up and deciding where to go, you glance over to where Shinzo was, only to see a few streamers of purple light fading into the air.
Helica instinctively grabs Charlotte's hand.
Hmm?
What is that?
Well,
You
what is?
recall that you saw those same light streamers around him when he reappeared after he was murdered by the Baron.
I think he went back to heaven.
Some sort of power. That's what we know. He's probably somewhere else. Maybe heaven. Maybe you're right.
Well, I mean, he came back from the dead, so clearly he wasn't here when he died, and he didn't describe it like a burning hellscape, so he wasn't in hell. So he was probably in heaven. Maybe limbo, but I don't know. He's
More than likely limbo. Actually, no. Isn't limbo the chaos place?
I don't know too much about all that nonsense.
Whatever.
Okay, so
I get
Vinay,
confused
you
with all
can
these
hear me. They cannot
stupid
hear me.
magic
See,
mumbo
I'm muted.
jumbos.
Okay. Yes,
I've
I've
died.
never died, so I don't know.
I died. I
As
got
far
exploded.
as we know.
But
Winks at the camera.
am I like the only lad here that, well, yeah, I am a pirate and had an interesting life. I am not covered in some magic stuffs.
Yes.
yeah. I mean, Shinzo was with you there for a bit, but doesn't look like it anymore.
Judging by the flashing lights around him, yeah, it doesn't look like he's not covered in magic anymore.
So as the two parties split up and start heading their different ways, we are going to flash over to where Shinzo is on Ravnica, the 10th district of Ravnica, a stone street. There are all sorts of strange people around him. Civilized minotaurs, blue people, a couple of goblins working on some kind of device, all sorts of weird shit. But the mansion in front of him, he would know from his discussion with Teferi the night before. As what he would have learned, he would have remembered as Charlotte was talking about mental troubles. Because here is one of the members of the Gatewatch he was told about, a telemancer named Jace Balerin. So, Shinzo, what you doing?
Walking straight up into that castle. And asking anybody that I come across if they know where I can find Jace.
Shinzo, please, work with me.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Shinzo,
I'm back.
Can you
dude,
hear me?
Shinzo, yes, there you are.
Hello? Yeah, okay.
finally!
I don't know what the hell just happened, okay? It was like it just cut out. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you
Okay.
fine,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Alright, yeah, I was talking, but like for some reason it cut out and it wasn't. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, I'm walking straight into the castle and gonna ask False Pulse and I see if they know where I can find Jace.
You walk into the mansion of the Gatewatch and find a very well lived in room that looks like a large meeting room. As you enter and just kind of like take a moment to look around and get your bearings inside, a man walks in from another doorway looking very, very tired, very, very grumpy, and like he hasn't had his morning coffee yet. You can tell he hasn't had his morning coffee because he's holding it. He has a short raven-colored hair, and his face has a very intricate white design going down one side. He looks at you. Who the hell gave you permission to barge in here?
Myself?
Fair. What can I do for you?
I'm, looking for Jace. Do you happen to
You
know where I
found
can
him.
find him? Ah, nice to meet you, Jace. I am Shinzo.
Yeah.
I died
Yeah,
and then
pleasure.
became a god. Like you.
Oh. Oh, thank you. I needed that chuckle.
Ah.
He sits down and invites Shinzo to take a seat across from him as he takes another sip of his coffee. So, what can I help you with today?
Well, I have this friend. She was a granny. You know, old lady. And then, we go into this temple of all these fishies. We kill the fishies and destroy the temple, and now Granny is no longer Granny, and she does not remember who she was. And I was hoping that you might be able to help with whole mental troubles.
Succinctly put. So, you raided a aquatic temple, and this friend of yours, Granny, she wasn't Granny? I assume she...
She became younger.
Oh. He actually leans back and crosses his arms with one hand on his chin as he thinks. Interesting. Could be a temporal reversion. Does she have any memories of it?
No. She seems to have no memories of anything, except when she was younger and about her brother who was a tinkerer named Ren.
He throws back the rest of his coffee and throws his hand
You're skipping in and out, Hawk. I can't hear you. Yeah, very robotic. Having some technical difficulties here. Can anybody else hear me? We talk about no route. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Yep, okay. It's catching me, but it's not. Okay, I'm